Hey, hello, good morning, dear Swift learners. How are you all? I hope that you all are fine, safe, and sound at your homes. And I, Ritika, am back with a new session for you all. Before telling you what our new session is about for today, we will have a quick tour around SwiftLearn to see what is SwiftLearn all about. So SwiftLearn, it is India's most sincere learning destination wherein we provide the classes for grade 1 to grade 10. It is sincere because over here you will be getting 100% live interactive classes with personalized attention batch having maximum 6 students. Also, apart from teachers, you will be getting a dedicated mentor team to track your progress and to work with you. We also cover the syllabus as per your school exam schedule so that you can perform well there also. Apart from this, we are also having some of the key features like detailed progress report, SwiftLearn academic test series in which you can compete with the students of your age. You can also take unlimited practice tests and which will include subjective tests also. So what are you waiting for? Just go and book your free trial class. Kindly subscribe to the page of SwiftLearn and press the bell icon so that you do not miss out on any update. So we were doing elements, compounds and mixtures. We have already completed 2 sessions and now we are moving further with the 3rd session. So what are the things that we are going to cover today? We are going to have a quick revision. We are going to learn about compound, atom, molecule and the formulas. Alright, so let us start quickly. Symbolic representation of element. Alright. So if I talk about the elements, they are not every time denoted by their full name. We have the symbols for them. Okay. So there are many elements which are denoted by their old names. Okay. For example, if I talk about iron, it is represented as Fe, which means it is represented by its Latin name, that is ferrum. Similarly, copper stands with Cu, that is cuprum, which is its Latin name. Ag for argentinum, that is silver, and Sn for tin, that is stannum. Now, if I talk about how many elements come together to form water, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, etc. So there are, a particular number of elements that come together and form these different type of compounds. Like if I talk about water, so hydrogen and oxygen. So 2 elements come together to form water. Now what is meant by compound? So they are made up of 1 or more elements and are denoted by chemical formulae. So if I talk about compounds, they are made up of 1 or more element which come together and they are denoted by their chemical formula. For example, water, we have H2O. If I talk about ammonia, we have NH3. Okay, so these are the compounds in which 2 or more elements are coming together and forming the compound. A compound contains atoms of different elements chemically combined in a fixed ratio. So they are combined in a fixed proportion, in a fixed ratio, and we cannot separate them by physical methods. Smallest unit of a compound is molecule. So if I talk about water, smallest unit will be 1 molecule. Okay. Now, compounds contain different elements in a fixed ratio arranged in a defined manner through chemical bonds. So if I talk about water again, so here H2O, hydrogen and oxygen, they are combined chemically in a defined manner. Okay, so they are forming by chemical bonds. A compound can be broken down into simpler substances by chemical methods or reactions. Okay, so compound, it can be broken down into its constituent elements by the chemical reactions. A compound is represented using a formula. For example, in water we have H2O, sodium chloride, that we have NaCl, magnesium oxide, we have MgO. So we have formula for the representation of compounds. So it is a substance made up of 2 or more elements which are chemically combined in a definite and fixed proportion. If I talk about sugar, so sugar, it is made up of 3 types of elements: hydrogen, oxygen, carbon. Now, talking about classification of compounds. So, if I talk about compound, we have categorized them into 2 parts, which is molecular and ionic. So, how this categorization has happened? It is by the way the atoms bind to each other. So the way the atoms bind to each other, we have classified them into molecular and ionic compound. We will be learning what is meant by molecular and ionic compound in our further classes. Now let us study about some of the properties of compound. A compound, it consists of two or more elements. Then it is made up of same constituent elements which are combined in a definite proportion in a fixed ratio that cannot be changed. Compound, they are always pure and homogeneous, that is, their composition is same throughout. Okay, next, the properties of compounds, they are different from those of their constituent elements. Very easy. Talking about water, so hydrogen is gas, oxygen is gas, so they combine and form water. The constituent elements of a compound cannot be separated by simple physical means, so we cannot separate the compound by physical means. And whenever a compound is formed, either it releases the energy or it absorbs the energy from the environment. Now, if I talk about sodium and chlorine, in the case of sodium chloride, so what is happening? By the force of electrostatic attraction, sodium and chlorine atoms coming together and they are forming a bond. So that is what happening, and that is how we get sodium chloride. Okay, so they combine to form sodium chloride, which is also known as common salt, and when atoms combine, then only the formation of molecule take place. Now talking about formation of water molecule. Now you can see it, hydrogen and oxygen, they are combining to form water. Now what is this 2, it's written over here in the subscript. Okay, it is written as a prefix. So let us see what is it. Atom. First of all, we should be knowing what is atom before learning about elements, compounds, etc. So atom, it is actually the indivisible unit of element which possesses the all properties of that element. Which means if I talk about gold atom, okay, so it will one atom of gold, okay, it will have all the properties that the element gold is supposed to have. So it is smallest, indivisible, which we cannot divide it further, but it has got all the properties. So water normally looks like it, but if we go for microscopic inspection of water, it will be the bond of hydrogen and oxygen atoms. Some of the properties or some of the characteristics of atoms are, first of all, almost all the atoms, they are reactive, but there is an exception of noble gases, for example xenon, radon, krypton, etc. So these are the gases which are noble, which means they are not reactive, and other elements, they combine with other element or same element to form the molecules or compounds. Then all the atoms of an element are similar. So if I talk about gold, silver, iron, so all the atoms of them will be similar. Okay, gold atoms will be similar, silver atoms will be similar, and atom of one element are different from the other. That is very obvious. So gold atoms will be entirely different from the silver ones. Atom, it doesn't change its properties irrespective of its physical or chemical change. So whatever changes happen, the properties of atom, they remain intact, they do not change. A molecule is the smallest unit of an element or a compound that has independent existence and exhibits all the properties of element or compound. So now talking about molecule. What is molecule? If I say like H2O. Okay, so this is one molecule of water. So it will have all the property, okay, it can exist independently and it will have all the property that we are expecting in water. So some of the characteristics of molecule are, they are formed by a combination of atoms of same element or different elements. So either same or different elements come together to form the molecules. Molecule is the smallest particle of a compound that has independent existence. So it can exist independently, and the atoms, they are combined in a fixed ratio that cannot be changed by us. The combining force of the atom in molecule is chemical bond. So they come together, they form a chemical bond, and that is how they remain together. The molecules of the compound can be broken down into their constituent elements, but we require chemical methods here. It cannot be done by simple physical methods. And molecule, they are also represented by molecular formula like atoms, and let us see how. So molecule, it is formed when two or more atoms of either same element, they combine together. Okay, for example, if I talk about hydrogen molecule, so two atoms of hydrogen, they will combine to form one molecule of hydrogen. Talking about sulfur, so in sulfur molecule there are 8 atoms of sulfur which come together and form one molecule, and the sulfur molecule, it has a crown like structure, as you can see it here. Molecules of a compound is formed when atoms of two or more elements combine in a fixed proportion. Okay, so if I talk about water molecule, it is formed by 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Similarly, talking about carbon dioxide, so here 1 carbon and 2 oxygen, CO2 it is written as. Okay, so it is combination of 1 atom of carbon and 2 atom of oxygen. Now talking about the molecular formula. So in elements, we represent them by using their symbol, right? Similarly, for molecules, we have their formula. Okay, so what does it represent? What does it tell? It tells the number of atoms of each element that are present in a one molecule of substance. Okay, for example, the molecular formula of an element represents the number of atoms. So if I talk about O2, so it tells that in one molecule of oxygen we are having 2 atoms of oxygen, which is written over here. So the molecular formula, it is representation of a molecule that uses chemical symbol to indicate what type of atom, followed by subscripts to show number of atom of each type. Now we will be learning how this happens by learning certain rules. So the compound, they are formed by a combination of atoms or of 2 or more elements, and the formula of compound, it shows number of atom of different number of different atoms present in one molecule. So whenever we are writing chemical formula, what are the things that we should be knowing? First of all, we should be knowing the symbol of all elements that take part in the formation of that compound. Then we should be knowing the combining capacity or the valency of the element. We will be seeing what is the method. Okay, so let us see. We have to write the formula of water. Okay, now water is a combination of what? Hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so what is the method? Write the symbol of all elements that are present in molecule of compound side by side. So hydrogen symbol is H and oxygen symbol is O. Okay, so this thing done. Next, indicate the number of atom of each element present in molecule by subscript to that element. So in water, hydrogen we have 2 and oxygen we have 1, right? Now what is the next step? If only one atom of an element is present in the molecule, no number, it is to be shown as subscript. Now this is again very important thing. So here we have written H2O1, right? And we do not need to write it that way. See, if it is only one atom which is taking part, we do not need to write 1. So it will be H2O. To represent more than one molecule of an atom or compound of an element, the number is put as prefix. For example, if I am talking about one molecule, okay, of water, then it is fine. But if I want to represent 10, so I will have to write 10 as prefix. Okay, for example, 5 molecules of water, it will be H2O. So don't confuse this by this. This number is for whole molecule, and this is the number of atom in the molecule. So how many molecules of sugar are present in this formula? 12C, 12H22, O11. So it is 12 molecules of sugar. So there are some of the common molecular formulas you can see here. Glucose C6H12O6, sodium chloride NaCl, iron sulfide FeS, ethane C2H6, acetic acid CH3COOH, ammonium chloride NH4Cl, so that means 1 nitrogen, 4 hydrogen and 1 chlorine. Similarly, nitric acid HNO3, sulfuric acid H2SO4, 2 hydrogen, sulfur and 4 oxygen. Magnesium oxide MgO, hydrochloric acid HCl, sulfur dioxide SO2. Now write the formula of the following. So calcium oxide, it stands for SCaO, ammonia is NH3, carbon dioxide CO2, 1 carbon and 2 oxygen, nitrogen dioxide NO2, 1 nitrogen, 2 oxygen, zinc sulfide ZnS, 1 zinc, 1 sulfur, zinc oxide ZnO, 1 zinc, 1 oxygen. List the differences between elements and compounds. So compound, it is a combination formed by more than 2 elements. Okay, an element, if I talk about, they are present in 118 number. Okay, so these are the single, like for example gold, silver, iron, we have nitrogen, etc. Then compound is kind of mixture. So we cannot separate the constituent of elements, but compound can be separated by some chemical means. Okay, and examples are element, we have gold, silver, copper, etc. and compound, we have water, ammonia, calcium oxide, etc. What is composition of carbon dioxide? So it is carbon dioxide is made up of carbon and oxygen, and the molecular formula becomes CO2. 1 atom of carbon, 2 atom of oxygen. So today we have just had a revision of previous concept. We learned about compound, atoms, molecules, and how to write the formula of compound. So I hope you have got everything that we have studied today. We will be meeting in the next class, taking this chapter further. You just keep revising, keep learning, and if you have missed out on any session, kindly go to SwiftLearn channel. All the videos are posted there. Just see it, and also book your very free trial class on the SwiftLearn. I am sure guys you will be enjoying it a lot. So thank you. Let us meet in the next class.